Hello, welcome again to Jackrabbit Journal. What a win for the South Dakota State University football team. The Jackrabbits go to Fargo, Hank. They beat the Bison for the first time since 2009. And in that stretch, since then, the Jackrabbits have an FBS win. They have 3 playoff wins. But is this one against the number 1 team in the country as big as any of those?
Without question. And when you look at the way things have played out over the last 5 years, it's tough to put into words in the little amount of time that we do have to talk about it, what this one means to the program, not just to the guys who got it done, but to everybody that's been involved with this program throughout the years. A tremendous effort by this group, an extraordinary effort, which is exactly what we've talked about over the years. It was going to take to beat those guys, not just to beat them, but to beat them up there. Heck of a job, guys.
The Jackrabbits, they go on an 80-yard drive and use up all but 1 second of the last 2 minutes and 28 seconds of the ball game. Taryn Christian to Jake Wieneke for the winning touchdown with 1 second left. And the Jackrabbit defense was great. Gave up just 23 yards in the fourth quarter on 3 North Dakota State possessions. And Christian and Wieneke and Dallas Goddard were outstanding.
We were probably on the field a little bit more than we probably wanted it to be for our liking. Wish we would have been able to control the ball a little bit more. So, sooner or later they're going to make enough plays. And let's credit Christian. I thought he did a phenomenal job of moving the chains with his feet. And those 2 guys they're dynamite players. And I thought we battled them for 4 quarters.
We got the same schemes, we got the same things going on. We just executed better. We had that belief we were going to come out and dominate, and we did as a defense. And there was times we didn't do our jobs, and you saw some scores. But we came out and we did our jobs, and we were focused all week, and then we were focused today.
That was just fun to just watch our defense and we always have confidence in them. But getting 3 and outs, or even if they had a first down, they're still going to stop them, and we're going to get the ball right back. Jesse came and told us right at the end when we were down like 4 and they were going out to defense. He said, "We're going to get you the ball back. Be ready," and then they did.
All right, for you, Hank, what was the best part about this win? Was it the way they played offensively, defensively, just the resiliency? What was it?
Undoubtedly, for me, it was the way that this team played this football game with an unwavering belief that they were going to win this football game. There were plenty of opportunities for these guys to hang their heads or to say, "Oh, here we go again against these guys." But no, they didn't do that. They kept plugging away. They believed in each other. They believed in themselves. They believed in the mission, and they got it done.
All right, Taryn Christian, we got him talking about that last play coming up later. Coach Stig coming up next. Big plays of the first half as the Jackrabbits bring the marker back to Brookings.
Jackrabbit Journal on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Dakota Land Honda, and Service First Federal Credit Union.
Welcome back. Let's get right to Coach Stiegelmeier and the first half highlights in the win over North Dakota State.
All right, Stig. This is a fabulous rivalry, and this is only a trophy, but it's nice to have this thing back in the office here in Brookings, isn't it?
Oh, it's tremendous. It represents us winning the game. It's a cool trophy. It's fun to display, and it represents a great, hard-fought game.
All right, and you guys had to stick with it and stick to it through this whole game. Let's get into the first half here. And, of course, there it sits at the Fargo Dome before it gets here to Brookings. And this is the opening drive, the first play of the game. What happens here?
Well, we run play action. We thought we could get Dallas open, and we do have him open. And really, he's caught a lot of those balls. He should make that catch, and he does make a lot of catches in the game, though. But it was, we're going to highlight he and Jake and some other guys. We're going to highlight Taryn. You can see him running here. A lot of times we called his number, and he responded.
And there was great execution, great blocking in the run game all day, wasn't there?
Well, our fat guys have done a tremendous job, pass blocking and run blocking, and they don't get enough credit. Here you see, he's not getting touched until he's 10 yards downfield. That's phenomenal against a very good North Dakota State defense.
Brady Mangarelli on the carry there, and then the next play is going to be Taryn Christian again, and you guys rack up 220 yards rushing in this game.
Yeah, I thought our offense did a phenomenal job. There we've got an extra blocker. They don't have enough defenders. So, again, a great design, great formation adjustments by our offensive staff. And then, obviously, people have to execute at the point of attack.
And this is still on that opening drive. 3rd and 5 here, and a nice catch by Jake Wieneke for a first down.
There's an example of what I say all the time. Just get it close to him. And that was almost not close, and he makes the play. Just another phenomenal player for us.
All right, get up 1st and goal there. And this is 3rd and goal.
You know, I thought he got in
there.
there. Yeah, I thought he got in there. You know, I don't know how you measure that, but the ball's on the goal line. But I think when you're that close, you don't fight hard enough. Not as a player, but as a coaching staff, because you're going to get it in, and we don't execute. Here we've got a guy wide open, and he takes a little bit too long, and has to throw it too high, and we don't get the points. But a lot of positives on that drive.
And you go for it on 4th and goal, you do it again.
Yeah, oh yeah, without a doubt.
All right,
Yeah.
NDSU comes back. This is what they're known for, going on these long, protracted 18-play drives where they run it all over the place. They've had really good running quarterbacks, and Stick is another one.
He's a good player. You know, we recruited him out of high school. Their running back's a good football player. They did get some movement early on in the game, and I think it wasn't scheme, it wasn't players, it was just guys worrying about adjustments. This is just, we're in man-to-man defense. They're in a formation that they run this most of the time, and we just got a young guy in there that, Eric should have had him and smelled his breath, and we should have sacked the guy and made him kick a field goal.
Kleinschmidt in there, number 31, a linebacker for the Jacks. He did make some plays in this game. So no score in the first quarter, and then this is that drive that continues into the second quarter. You get a stop on 3rd down, and then they go for it on 4th and goal coming up. Yeah,
and I mean, we played great goal line defense with them, and here it's dead. If Jesse doesn't try to do too much to go from the side there, he just tackles them on the edge, and we get the ball like they got it on us. But again, be a disciplined team, do your job, and see what happens.
All right, 7-0 Bison early on in the second quarter here. And the Jacks get it back on their next drive, and Taryn Christian avoiding pressure. He does it so well, and he finds Jake again.
Yeah, bought some time. A lot of times in this game, he ran in that situation. Here he saw Jake. That is a sign of a guy where the game is moving slow motion. Should I run it? Should I throw it? And then obviously a great one-handed catch by Jake.
6 catches for Winicky in the game. 3rd and 11 here. And instead of sliding, he has to pick up another yard. He gets the first down.
He does, and he understands it. And that's what's so cool about Taryn right now is he knows what's going on around him, where he needs to go, where he needs to go for reads. Here's a called number again. Nobody. Just a great design by our offensive staff, and obviously Fat Guy's doing a good job.
Kane Lusher, the fullback out there blocking ahead of Taryn Christian. All right, 4th and 2 at the 14 here. You go for it again.
You know, I don't think we've gone for as many 4th downs in a season as we called there, but we wanted to be aggressive. Our offensive staff, we talk pregame all the time about, what's our philosophy, and do we feel good about it? We felt good about it, and we won some.
All right, this looked like a touchdown to everybody except the official back there.
Well, I'm supposed to say no comment,
right.
But I think what he does is he calls a penalty and then takes his eyes off, saying it's going to be incomplete, and it's not incomplete. It comes off his body, goes up in the air, and you got a chance to get a touchdown. The crazy thing is the review people don't call it a touchdown either, so kind of disappointed in that whole system.
All right, but again, as you said, play in the present, stay with it. 4th and 2 here at the 3-yard line. Go to Jake on a fade.
Yeah, when you play against a good football team, they have good football players, and their corner makes a great play there. He goes up. It's hard to defend Jake in that situation, and he does a good job with it.
All right, defense, again, holding the line. Jesse Bobbitt, Christian Manaziak. You guys were animals at the line of scrimmage.
We challenged our guys to be physical. Every phase of our program said one of the keys is to be physical. That was a great example of being physical.
All right, Isaac Wallace on a carry here.
Here you see physical running, battling for extra yards. Just a great job. It's fun to have 2 to 3 running backs that you can put out there, and any of them can get yards like that.
All right, Chase Vinatieri comes in, knocks home a 38-yard field goal for your first points.
Yeah, Chase is really kicking the ball with confidence. He nailed the 2 field goals he made. Really happy with where he's at, and probably should have had him kicked one later on in the game also, but we went for it on 4.
All right, NDSU drives here, and they get a field goal right before the end of the half.
Yeah, this was disappointing. It's not victory. Don't have such a loose cushion on that guy, and they get the ball down. They ran a couple times, threw a couple balls, and had a chance. Now, we could have been smarter here. We could have had our leapers in there because it's a long field goal. Many times those are short, and you get a chance to get a hand on it and keep it out of the goalpost.
Kellen Solik, pretty good at that. We've seen him before, but still, 10-3, and you had all those opportunities on goal line situations in the first half, and you're always preaching play in the present, and you really had to do that in the second half, didn't you?
Well, we did, and what I love about our program is there's so many things we talk about that applies. It's just not words. Yeah. I went into the locker room, and our guys were upbeat. It was really cool. They were confident. They knew we could move the ball. Our defense knew we could play better defense. It was fun to be in there.
Second half coming up. The forced fumble and the defensive stops and the winning touchdown with 1 second left. Welcome back. Back to Brookings and Coach Stig with the second half.
All right, Coach, you guys are going to get down by 2 scores, by 14 points here early in the second half, and then you really had to get on your guys to let that go, keep playing. We got a lot of game left here, right?
Well, to start out the half and for them to march the field and score a touchdown, for some teams that would be tough, especially in that environment. Our guys are winners, and they responded like winners.
And after they did that, your defense was outstanding after that. This is NDSU's first drive of the third quarter, 3rd and 7 here, and Easton Stick again. Good runner, picks up a first down, and then he's going to get loose for a touchdown.
Now, there's some positives there, though. Good coverage. He's a runner, so he got out. If we tackle him for a few shorter yards, here we just overrun the ball. Right there, you can see Anthony Washington overrun the ball. That should have been a 4-yard gain, and that's what they should get on that play, quarterback run a lot of times, and make them line up and snap the ball again.
All right, 17-13, and then after this point in the ballgame, the SDSU defense was outstanding. Here's the next drive for the Jackrabbits. Dallas Goddard on a little screen.
Yeah, again, a really nice design. You can see how strong Dallas is. A number of times he did that in the football game. And again, we're not playing against a team that isn't a good football team. North Dakota State was ranked number 1 in the nation.
4th and 1 here, right about midfield. Come up short.
You know what? I thought we got this one too, based on our film. But again, replay said we didn't get it. Can't ask Taryn or anybody else to do any more in that play. Maybe should have punted there. But we won the football game, and that's all hindsight now.
All right, NDSU's next drive. Huge play by Balster to knock it loose.
Huge play, and then we pursue the ball. We tell guys, run to the ball, good things happen. You can see good things happening here. Nick Farina is pretty excited. Now go get your helmet, You're not supposed to run around without your helmet.
And they reviewed that, and it was a fumble, and the Jacks come away with it. 3rd and 1 again here, and Christian for 12 yards.
Yeah, again, that would be tough to stop. Read option. You've got 2 guys at the point of attack, and a blocker. We have a blocker, so credit. That's going to happen in many games against many people.
141 yards on the ground for Christian, and then this is basically the same play you got robbed on in the first half, but it's a touchdown.
Well, yeah, good play. Again, Dallas bent in a little bit, got away from one of the players, and good easy throw. I wish he wouldn't gesture to the crowd. I don't like that, but in the excitement of the whole thing, give the ball back to the official, and let's go keep playing.
All right, 11 catches for Goddard. It's 17-10, NDSU in the lead, and this is one of the few big plays they hit you on the pass game.
The only really big play, and that may be the play of the game, that Chris Balster runs him down and tackles him, because they don't get any points on this after that big play, and a huge effort by him.
Yeah, this is still that same drive on 3rd down, get a little pressure, get the overthrow, and get the football back.
Yeah, Chris was out for a little while, came back in, he cramped up a little bit, and luckily they overthrew him.
All right, start right on your own goal line. Taryn.
Again, called draw, tough to tackle in the open field. You can see his athletic ability. There's a chance he goes all the way if you're playing against a team that doesn't have North Dakota State speed.
39 yards on that run to get you out of the end zone. And then last play of the third quarter here, Christian to Winnicky, 23 yards.
Watch the strength here. I mean, Jake is such a great receiver, but he's a physical guy too. And to get those extra yards, there's not a lot of receivers like that battle like that.
All right, 17-10. North Dakota State still in the lead, going to the fourth quarter here, and Brady Mangarelli, another tough run.
Yeah, another great design. Get it to him. Really thought he was going to get in there. Can't ask any more from anybody in that play. He got some hard-fought yards at the end there, and now we're right where we want to be.
One of the few mistakes Taryn makes in the game right here.
Great play by that safety. He guessed. I'm sure they told him that's what we're gonna bait him inside and then run out there and give him some credit. Good coaching staff, good players. They're gonna make some plays.
All right, but every time they got the football, your defense came up again. Rosenblum on a sack.
Yeah, I think we had 4 3-and-outs. I think they had 18 yards in the fourth quarter. Just a phenomenal effort by our defense, Coach Brown and his guys.
All right, go down and get some points on this drive. Christian to Goddard again.
Same play, different side. Again, watch the strength of Dallas here. It takes a bunch of guys to get him down. He's such a physical player for us.
All right, leads to another field goal by Chase Vinatieri. This one's pretty long, 42 yards to make it a 17-13 game.
Yeah, and he nails it. Now, those are perfect conditions, but he's still, it's noisy in there. They don't relax in Fargo, and great points, great kick.
11 minutes to go in the ball game. 17-13 still the score. Defense holds again. Jesse Bobbitt comes through on third down.
Comes through. Our fat guys read the screen because they did complete it, and they kept it from getting any yards. A big play in the game.
All right, we've said this about 10 times already. Goddard, Dragon guys.
Yeah, again, in fact, as I was listening to that play, his coach said he's covered, and he still threw the ball and made the play. So those guys are on the same page right now.
All right, 3rd and 13 here, and Goddard gets just enough for a first down.
Yeah, huge play, runs hard. They understood, tackle him differently, don't go up high, and got dinged a little bit there, but it came back in the very next play.
Had a holding penalty that backed you up here. This is 4th and 15. Instead of trying a really long field goal, you go for it here.
Yeah, the way Chase was kicking, maybe should have kicked it. But, I was in the mindset that we're going to go 4 downs. It's probably too long. But here you can see the great play by Christian Roseboom there. Sideline to sideline, that's kind of a cliche, but he does it. Makes tackles all over the field.
And there's less than 4 minutes to go here. This is 3rd and 6.
Yeah, great job by our defense again. Got us out of man-to-man, got us into zone against that formation, and they had nowhere to throw the ball. In fact, a good chance Jordan intercepts that ball.
All right, get the ball back with 2 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Got to go 80 yards. And it starts right here on a 3rd and 6. You converted a couple of these.
Yeah, again, it's tough. It's tough when you have a quarterback like that. We've played guys like that too, and it just puts so much stress on your defense.
3rd and 6 again.
Yeah, and again, good pass blocking. They give up contain. That I always get excited about our defense. And the 2-minute drill, make him stay in the pocket, make him throw the ball. Great play by Taryn.
Adam Anderson had 1 catch in the game, and it was huge right here.
This is another big play in the game. Just a great throw, great play by a redshirt freshman. I'm sure his heart's beating, and just really a mature play on both their parts.
2 plays after that, Christian recognizes that Jake's got the sideline.
Yeah, and he does a good job of not laying it up there. He throws more of a bullet into the side pocket. He'd laid one up there earlier. They almost intercepted it. So, again, smart improvement even during the game.
3rd and 10 from the 11, Goddard again.
Yeah, I just watched the physicalness of him. I really thought he might get in there, but we got a timeout called with 5 seconds left. You can see the official come in, give us a chance on fourth down to try to win the game.
And you've been throwing the fade all day, and this works out perfect.
Well, I don't know how this worked out. I know Jake and Taryn talked. It was supposed to be a back shoulder throw, and he got his eyes back, and the corner slipped a little bit. Jake's going to catch that ball either way, any way you slice it, because of the type of guy he is.
And that came with 1 second to go, and yeah, he made sure the catch there. Jacks go up 19-7. A lot happens in that last second. You guys kneel on the extra point to avoid any kind of tragedy or disaster from that, right?
Yes. If you block a PAT and run it back, you get 2 points. We're ahead by 2. So a wise decision by our coaching staff. And then we squib kick at the end, so they can't get but it's a dribbler, so they have no choice but to jump on it. That's a fun celebration. All right. Now I'd prefer we went and shook their hands and then went and got it, but fun celebration at the end of the game.
All right. On your travel suits, sweatsuits, you guys have last play on the back of your travel uniforms, and it comes down to this, and you've been preaching that for years. Play like it's your last play till the last play. This was kind of ironic that it turned out that way.
Well, it's something our players. It's fun when people in the program buy into things, and you can point to it and say, "See what happens." And there's no genius in this whole thing. It's a bunch of guys working hard, believing in it, and ideally good things happen.
Well, up next, Hank McCall and Taryn Christian breaking down one of the biggest touchdowns ever for the Jackrabbit football team. Welcome back. All right, Hank, we're going to show that winning touchdown on the last play of the game for the Jackrabbits a couple of times here. What jumps out to you on this last play?
Well, a number of things, folks. We'll go right to it, take a look at this thing. Pre-snap, Taryn Christian's coming up to the line of scrimmage, and he's taking a look at what is laid out in front of him on the table as far as what the defense is showing him. Notoriously, NDSU is fantastic at disguising their defensive coverages in the back. Always have been, always will be. It's a staple of their defensive football team. But Taryn sees that safety on the left hand, to the top of the left-hand side, roll down closer to the line of scrimmage, essentially leaving Jake Winneke one-on-one at the top left of the screen. At the bottom right, you'll see a safety high, and then there's a corner off the screen that you can't see what he's doing, but he's one-on-one on Connor Lamberg on the outside. One can only assume that NDSU had made number 86, Dallas Goedert, the primary concern in this play. They were not going to let the big man beat him. And at the snap, before the snap, I'm not the only one that was screaming at the television saying, it's man-to-man at the top of the screen, Taryn. Please see that. And of course he did, which resulted in the touchdown at the end of the game.
All right, here's what Taryn Christian had to say about that last play.
I saw the safety rotation. I was kind of watching him. and he inserted. I don't know if he blitzed or not, but he stayed in the middle, left one-on-one with Jake. I mean, you give Jake Winicky one-on-one, there's about a 99.9% chance I'm going to him.
And when asked who he would throw to the other 0.1% of the time, Christian says, Dallas Goedert. Yeah, good for Taron Christian. He gets it for the winning touchdown. All right, that one is over. Hobo Day coming up next. Jack's taking on Youngstown State, and why this might be an even bigger game this week. Coming up.
Jackrabbit Journal on Midco Sports Network is presented by Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Dakota Land Honda, and Service First Federal Credit Union.
Well, the Jackrabbits host Youngstown State this Saturday at 2 o'clock. We will have it live here on Midco Sports Network. As well as the Jags played last week, Stiggs says that they can and will have to play better this week.
You don't want to win to set you back in terms of trying to get the next win. So get some momentum from it and get ready for Hobo Day. I mean, big week, first homecoming in our new stadium against a team that we're tied for the Missouri Valley Conference lead right now. Shouldn't be any problem getting these guys up.
Both teams are 3-0 in the conference right now. The Jacks are the top offense. Youngstown's got the best defense in the league right now.
No, some fantastic matchups across the board this coming Saturday. Jackrabbits have to be ready to go. There's no time for an emotional letdown after that big win. Big game this Saturday.
Should be a sellout at the new stadium. We will see you Saturday.